KAPS. The Karoo Animal Protection Society takes help to animals in some of the poorest rural locations in South Africa. Founded by Colette Thiel in 2001, KAPS delivers essential animal care on a daily basis to more than a dozen impoverished centres in 5 municipalities in the Little Karoo, Eastern Cape Interior and the remote farmlands in between. As chairperson and the organisation's main inspiration, Colette is determined that KAPS will operate in a different way from the usual animal societies. Most importantly, it's a mobile service, sending vehicles hundreds of kilometres into the poorest communities where there's no help for animals, and that much needed help is free. Because KAPS doesn't charge, its only income comes from donations. KAPS is very careful not to commit funds to things like premises, administration, offices or full-time staff. The key objective is to keep running on the bare minimum of essentials. KAPS does its best to care for animals of all kinds. In the rural areas, this means not only cats and dogs, but livestock, pigs, goats, cattle, horses and donkeys. There's a special place in Colette's heart for the hard-worked little donkeys that pull the famous Karoo donkey carts. Although KAPS is based in the Little Karoo, it's been doing outreach projects in the Eastern Cape for years. In this way, the conditions of the donkeys in Bavianskloof came to its notice.
We're going to deworm them, we're going to check them wounds and basically give harnesses, new harnesses. Because we've given out about 25, 30 harnesses already, sets of harnesses.
On their first visit, KAPS inspectors were shocked to see over 100 donkeys in pitiful condition. The donkeys are small and thin. They have to live on what they can forage from the drought-ridden land. There's no feed for them, and not even rudimentary health care. Things are made worse by their broken, ramshackle harnesses held together with bits of wire, which hurt and injure them while they're pulling the carts.
Some of the stuff we found here.
Within weeks, KAPS removed broken down equipment from the worst of the carts and donated comfortable new well-fitting harnesses instead.
Wicked-looking wires.
With so many donkeys in need, an appeal was set up for funds to buy more, and now dozens more carts have been re-equipped. Regular clinics have been started, like this one, where over 50 donkeys were fed, dewormed and given wound treatment.
So dis 1, 2.
New harnesses are delivered to those on the list, and the old damaged equipment is taken away. Like all animal welfare societies, KAPS is desperately worried about the incessant breeding of dogs. People who can't afford to feed themselves keep a dog and give it a potato peel. They think it will guard their home, or be a plaything for the kids, or produce puppies they can sell. Few dogs in these areas live to be as old as 12 months. KAPS tries to stop the cycle and reduce the mushrooming numbers of sickly puppies by free mass sterilizing. KAPS was the first organization to bring mass sterilizing to the Little Karoo, paying for welfare vets to come from hundreds of kilometers away. Dozens of pets are sterilized each day, free of charge for the poor and needy. South Africa has millions of unwanted dogs. Up to 500,000 are destroyed every year in Cape Town alone. Hundreds of thousands of beautiful, young and healthy dogs. Sterilizing is the only alternative to the constant killing that animal lovers are forced to do because no one else takes responsibility.
The need is so huge that you just try to respond as much of it as you can.
On average, KAPS carries out about 2 days mass sterilizing every month in impromptu operating theatres like this, all over its catchment area. In 2 days, a welfare vet can perform as many as 60 sterilizations. KAPS pays all the veterinary charges and travel costs and supplies all the support manpower before and after. Until the government puts laws in place to stop all this breeding, KAPS and other welfare organizations just keep picking up the bill. Being mobile and not having an office means you don't sit around wasting time. KAPS inspectors know every street on their rounds. They check each house from door to door. Qualified manpower is a precious asset, so KAPS has a pool of trained part-time inspectors to call on, based in different areas. 2 are ex-SPCA, 1 is a veterinary nurse, and all are qualified animal welfare assistants. In the impoverished areas, most animals are in a sorry state. People have no jobs, no money, and no transport. No vets come here unless brought by KAPS. Neglected animals are given food and basic health care, while owners who persistently neglect are given warnings. In the burning Karoo sun and the bitter Karoo winter, the dogs must have water and shelter as well as food. Yet even these basics are frequently ignored. Cases of cruelty are pursued in court if necessary. Klipfontein Farm, near the village of Barrydale. As KAPS principal field worker Colette works out of her own home where she cares for a multitude of rescued animals, 7 days a week, including emergencies, on a volunteer basis. Unpaid volunteers also do the fundraising, admin and management commitment work. Being able to survive is the prime necessity when an organization is so thinly spread. An assortment of animals live at the farm, rescued pigs, calves and dozens of dogs and cats at any given time. Around 20 donkeys live there in sanctuary. KAPS doesn't put rescued dogs in kennels. Instead, they are fostered in family homes. Some are strays, some are handed in, some are confiscated and in need of treatment. There's no veterinarian on staff, so they're taken to the practices nearest to where they happen to be, which can involve anything between 100 and 400 kilometers. Veterinary costs are the society's highest single expense, and they just keep rising. KAPS is becoming quite well known in Cape Town, where many of its rescued animals find adopters. With their foster families, they've already been socialized, house-trained and nursed back to health, ready to go to carefully scrutinized new homes. Finding the perfect home is the greatest reward of all. From dreadful conditions of filth and neglect, starving, and covered in fleas and ticks, this little dog can look forward to a happy life thanks to the care of KAPS. Because one thing is guaranteed by an organization run and managed by volunteers: everything goes into helping the animals.